All right, you guys, it's me. It's Fluffy, and he's back. That's right, he's back here for one night only. No, actually, not one night only. I got the rest of the season here to talk to you guys and bug you just a little bit. I'm just gonna kick off the show. You saw him in season 1. You're about to see him in season 2. He's on my Aloha Fluffy DVD, and pretty soon we're gonna be having lunch. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Alfred Robles.
My friend's crazy. He comes up to me and he asks me, "Yo, Alfred, you like sleeping?" "Yeah." "Sometimes you wish you could sleep for a long time?" "Yeah." Then he goes, "You know what that means? That means you want to die." Think about it, and he walks away. I was thinking about it. Man, that doesn't mean that. So I seen him the next day, and I asked him, "Hey, bro, do you like basketball?" "Yeah." "Do you like football?" "Yeah." "You know what that means? That means you like black guys." Think about it, bro. And I walked away. Hey guys, don't you hate when you lie to your girlfriend to get her back and that lie works? And now you gotta live the lie? I told my girlfriend I started going to church to get her back, and now I gotta go to church. And I went to church last week and it was empty. And I started talking to the father, and the father asked me, "Hey, how can we get more people here at church?" And I told him, "You know what we gotta have, Father? We gotta have Wi-Fi." I want to be able to check in. And Father, people like taking pictures, Father, so we need a cardboard cutout of Jesus Christ on the crucifix, and we should be able to put our face right in the middle. I can say that because I'm Catholic. All right? It sucks being a Jehovah's Witness. Jehovah's Witness, they believe 144,000 people are going to make it to heaven. And there's 10 million of them. I mean, I wasn't good in math, but what the hell? All right? What about if you want to join and you're the 144,001? What are they going to tell you? "Hey, you could go knocking with us. But you ain't going to make it to heaven. It's sold out." Just become a Catholic. They got Wi-Fi at their church. And a lot of people don't know this, but Michael Jackson was a Jehovah's Witness. He may have acted like a Catholic. But he was a witness. I never been molested. Thank you. They say one person out of every family has been molested. The hard part is finding out who it is. I called all my cousins. "Hey bro, have you ever been molested before?" "Don't lie, you're the last one." Because when you get molested, you could get away with doing anything because people feel sorry for you. Right? You could cheat on your girlfriend all you want. She can't get mad. Because you could always tell her, "Hey, you know what, babe? I was molested." It always works. I did that joke last night, and this lady got mad. She comes up to me, she tells me, "Hey, molestation ain't funny. I was molested." So I told her, I'm sorry, it's a touchy subject.
There you have it, Alfred Robles. Please follow him at Alfred Robles on Twitter or hit him up on Facebook. Or you can come to one of my shows and check him out, you guys. He's hysterical. He's a good friend. I've known him forever. Good people. Good people. Hey, you gotta like the guy. Good freaking guy. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You're being a dork. I know, but I'm bored and I'm hanging out and it's freaking hot in here. So subscribe to the channel and I'll be back here next week with more comics for you guys to check out. We want to see you in action. As do many. So you guys, I'll see you next time right here on Stand Up Revolution, the highlight show. It's getting hot.
Sometimes I feel like my voice is too deep for stand-up comedy. Like I should be giving away cruise tickets at 12 noon on the Smooth Jazz station. Oh, yeah.
Now, the problem with sharing a story like that is that people have questioned the credibility of that story. They say, how is it possible you could remember a story like that with such detail after drinking so many shots? And honestly, I don't. But we recorded the show. So I know the story very well, you know. She'll take off whatever you take off. She'll take off whatever you take off. She'll take off whatever you take. I know it very well. The question that I've always gotten over the years is, are your stories real? We hear these crazy stories, whether it's about me and Snoop Dogg or Martin or all these different adventures or my son Frankie. People have always questioned whether or not the stories are like legit. And so in my last special, I addressed it. I was tired of people asking if my stories were real, so to prove a point, at the end of my last special that I did, I included a photo of every single one of the stories that I talked about so that people would know the stories are real. And tonight, is no exception. So, did I really get naked on stage? Ryan, hit the button. I'm fucking with you. Oh my God, you guys thought you were gonna see 3D. I'm sorry, I did that for me. I did that for me. Oh my God. You guys were getting stressed. You're like, cabrón, hide los niños. Oh my God. The number one question I've gotten when it comes to my shows is, what is your writing process? My writing process is simple. I do not sit and write out jokes. I am really bad at that. Ask the Oscars. I experience things and then I come out on stage and I share them, and sometimes people laugh, and if they laugh, that's cool, I keep that, and whatever doesn't get a laugh, I work on until it gets, ahaha. 15 plus years ago, my friend Ivan, who is he's my number one longest, oldest employee. Not old like he's like, hello, how are you? He's been around a long time. He's been there from day one. Ivan's original job was to record my shows using a camcorder. Now, the fact that I'm saying camcorder should be an indication of the timeline. Because I know some of you right now are like, what's a camcorder? Yes, it was the Snapchat of our day. So Ivan would record the shows and then put away the camcorder and the tripod and a bunch of tapes into a bag. It was very bulky. It wasn't a phone, it was bulky. And then we'd go back to the hotel, and then he'd break the little guard off the back of the TV, and then, he'd hook it up and we'd watch the thing. And that's how I would review my material. One night, we go to dinner. Ivan packed up the bag. We met in the hotel lobby. And Ivan forgot the camera bag in the hotel lobby. And we went to dinner. And when we came back, it was gone. And we never recovered the tape. And I know some of you are like, how convenient. The tape of him getting naked is gone. And to you, I say, why would I even make up such a story that could potentially hurt my credibility or my image? I don't need 5 minutes of ha-ha. What I need is there to not be a tape. I know that there's footage out there of me doing something really, really embarrassing and something I wish I could take back. And I know that when this Netflix special airs, a lot of people are going to see it. And hopefully the person who has the footage is watching. And I would like to tell that person right now, in your living room, I know you have the tape. I have $50,000 with your name on it. Come get paid. My favorite part about this was the fact that they actually entertained the conversation. Like, he could have just looked at me and said, "You're stupid." And I would have accepted that. I would have been like, okay, you know. But I guess we're living in different times where people are a lot more sensitive and more mindful. And so he just wanted to make sure I was okay. So he's like, "Gabriel, look, I am not taking anything away from your credibility as a voice talent, as an entertainer, as an individual. But my hands are tied. Look, contracts have been signed. Checks have been cut. This is a union project." And I'm like, look at him go. The producer is also on this call. And the producer is the one responsible for the finance, the money. So he hears the director just freaking going down, and he's like, whoa, hold on. Hear the man out. Gabriel, Fluffy, baby. Talk to me, Puddin'. If we can make this happen, what are we talking? I said, what do you mean? Well, what are we talking? What's your rate? What's your fee? I said, well, word on the street is I go for no less than 50,000. And I do have emails to support that. They still said no, but whatever. I know I'm going to have to defend Speedy Gonzalez again at some point because unfortunately that's how cancel culture works. You know, and don't get me wrong, I understand that some people need to be held accountable, but and by the way, if I'm the one telling you about cancel culture, it's already gone way too far. Because I pride myself in the fact that I'm not a comedian who's divisive. That's why I don't talk about politics, religion, or sports. Okay? Because all three will divide people. That's why I talk about food. Because food brings people together. That's right, unless you're vegan. In which case, you can leave right now. I don't give a shit. I really don't. I don't care if I offend you and your salad. You can leave. Bye. And the only reason why I'm so on the vegans is because I once was vegan. I know some of you are like, no. Yeah. I was vegan for a little under a year. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, oh, that's not, you weren't even vegan then if it was less than a year. But think about it. Anyone who has ever gone on a diet knows just how hard it is to change your eating habits for 1 week, much less a year. And they told me, they said, you're going to lose weight. And they were not lying. I lost weight, patience, and friends. So I'm just here to let you know, I'm back. So, I almost got canceled. Because I posted a tweet of one of my dogs. Now, some of you already know I have 2 Chihuahuas. Yeah. I know, people watching at home, they're like, that's not stereotypical. Yeah, I know. I have 2 Chihuahuas. I have a little boy dog named Vinny and a little girl dog named Risa. Combined weight, 14 pounds. My little girl dog, Risa, she is 4 pounds and she's 17 years old. Yeah. Her anger keeps her alive. I will confirm every stereotype about Chihuahuas. Oh yeah, it's real. The rage is real. But with me, she loves me, okay? She's 17, she has no teeth, her tongue hangs out, she's adorable. So I posted a picture of her on Twitter with the caption that basically read, "Going to take my little nugget to go get some chicken nuggets." And then I tagged at Chick-fil-A. Okay, so yeah, you feel that? See how the majority of the room was like, that place is good, sucks their clothes on Sunday. And then there was a few of you in here and you heard the groan, yeah. Half of those people, vegans. The other half are the ones that blew up my Twitter feed. My Twitter feed started getting flooded with nasty comments. "You're stupid, you're horrible, how could you? We thought more of you. Really, Fluffy, you?" And I don't know what they're talking about. The problem with cancel culture is they only attack, they don't educate, they don't explain. They just attack. And they expect you to know better or understand them, but they're not willing to play nice. So here's what happens. I'm asking questions, no one wants to answer. They're like, "Fluffy, you're horrible, you're terrible." I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Really? Chick-fil-A?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, Popeyes was closed. I don't know what to tell you." They're like, "You know what you're doing." I said, "I am more hungry than woke. I don't know what you mean." And then finally, someone took the time to explain to me why I was wrong for that tweet. Come to find out that Chick-fil-A in the past has been known to make contributions to organizations that are a little out of line with the LGBTQ plus community. Now, forgive me for using my hand to get the letters right. I just want to get the letters right. I do consider myself a supporter and an ally, and I'm trying my best to be as understanding as I can be with the limited information I have available. Now I'm going to say it again. I'm trying to be as understanding as I can be with the limited information I have available, which basically means I only read headlines. Here's the thing, you guys. There are a million struggles in this world. Every single day, there are people trying to better their lives, trying to get to a goal, trying to achieve something to get them out of one place and into something better. And it's impossible to keep up with everyone's fight unless you mess up and then someone pulls you aside and reads you the riot act. So, here's how the conversation went. Because I finally got one. They said, "Well, Gabriel, if you consider yourself a supporter of the LGBTQ plus community, moving forward, will you still be tagging Chick-fil-A in future posts?" I said, "Yes, I will. But it's not because I'm not a supporter. I'm definitely a supporter of your cause, but causes are a two-way street. You got to support mine too." I said, "I tag Chick-fil-A for the same reason I tag every other company I use organically. I'm trying to get free shit." Plain and simple, don't look past it. And I know some of you are like, "Well, Gabriel, don't you make money?" Yes, I do. And you know how you keep it? Free shit. Yeah, let me tell you how I discovered this one. So I was at a Chipotle one night, and the staff was incredible. So I wanted to give them a little shout out online. So I gave them a shout out, and then I tagged Chipotle. Chipotle saw my tweet, and then they reached out to me to say thank you. And to show their appreciation, Chipotle mailed me a burrito card, good for 1 year's worth of unlimited Chipotle. And I tested it. Oh, they gave it to the wrong person. After about 2 weeks, it looked like a Metro card. It was all scratched up. So now let me tell you guys, if you were me and you sent out one tweet that got you fed for a whole year for free, wouldn't you be tagging as many companies as you could to see who else would want to donate to the cause? The only thing I'm guilty of is hoeing myself out. That's it. I was being a little cyber sucia. That's all I was doing.
It's so something hurting him? No, you guys, I'm Mexican. From time to time, we scream like that when we're deprived of tequila for too long. So, you guys, my name is Gabriel Iglesias, the host and star of Stand Up Revolution, the highlight show. The show that's been featured for quite some time, and you're going to keep seeing more because I found more people to do the show, and it's going to be great. You're going to love it. So, this time around, I'm going to introduce you, and I shouldn't even say introduce you because I've brought this guy to you a few times in the past. He was featured on my DVD, Aloha Fluffy. He was featured on Season 1, Season 2, and now Season 3 of Stand Up Revolution. So enjoy him, check him out, follow him because he'll follow you back because he likes doing stuff like that. Here he is, Alfred Robles.
My mom, she's out there. She's real religious. She's a fanatic, so that makes her crazy. And when I was younger, she used to tell me, you got to go confess you got the devil inside you. I was there every other week. One time I was there, the father asked me, Alfred, is that you again? Yeah. All right, Alfred, listen up. Tell your mom we're fathers, we're not your father. Amen, Father. And when we used to go to church, my mom used to take this cup and she used to get the holy water and she used to tell me, drink it. You got the devil inside me. I was a little kid, so I used to believe her. What is he doing inside me? Tell him to leave. And if you haven't drank holy water, that shit is nasty. It tastes like fingers. One time I got my mom's nail. She was crazy. She used to tell me crazy stuff. I had a little brother who died at a young age, and every time something good would happen, my mom would tell me, your little brother is by your side. What about when something bad happens? Where's that little punk at? All right? My brother died in 1972 when he was 6 months old. I was born in 1981. Now to this day, we go to the cemetery, and my mom tells me, tell him you miss him. I never met him. And she leaves him a little teddy bear. He's 41. Leave him a porno. And then when I was 15, she tells me, you got to go to Mexico. Your cousin died, and you got to be the pallbearer for his funeral. Let me tell you the way the funerals go in Mexico. You got to carry the casket from church to his house to the cemetery without stopping. So there we were in the middle of the street marching. I wanted to put him down. I wanted to kick him out of the casket and just chill in there. Man, I'm tired too, bro. And the whole time we're marching, I'm looking at my fat cousin. You better not die, fat boy. She was crazy, man. Then she tells me, you gotta go to this retreat. I signed you up for a retreat. And when you go to retreats, it's a whole weekend. And they put you in little groups. And that little group is your family for the weekend. And when I get there, I'm the only kid there. It's an adult retreat. So one of the nights we had to go up on stage and talk about our problems. And my fake brother goes up. And he's all like, I'm a big cokehead. I don't have a job. I'm here because I need Jesus in my life. Then my fake sister goes up. I cheat on my husband. I do a lot of drugs. I'm here because I need Jesus in my life. And then it was my turn. I get bad grades. I lie to my mom. Then I couldn't take it no more. Man, you guys are all messed up, man. You guys need Jesus. I'm here because I got the devil inside me. You guys been great. My name is Alfred Robles.
There you have him, you guys, Mr. Alfred Robles. Please don't forget to follow him right there. And don't forget to follow me, because if you follow Alfred, you should follow me. It's only fair. And don't forget to subscribe, you guys, because if you subscribe, it makes me sleep better at night. We'll see you guys next week right here with a new episode of Stand Up Revolution, the highlight show. And I promise you, I'm going to have on a different shirt, even though this one still feels really good.
Do the fluffies, baby, do the fluffies.
Come on, you can't judge just by what he's wearing that he's gay. He could just be European.
And I was like, smile machete! Smile machete!
I don't know about this place, baby.
You said that about every house we looked at.
There's just something creepy about this place. Come on, Sally Jr. Oh, God, I don't know what's wrong with him.
That fucking dog is a pancake! What's up, you guys? It's your favorite neighbor, Miguel. So, as you probably heard, this crazy cookies and cream couple moved next door, and you won't believe the spooky shit that happens.
What in the... Hey!
Let me just start from the beginning.
¿Qué pasa, mi amigo? I was just moved in with my girl right here. Well, we was just wondering maybe if you wanted to add us to your route.
Are you serious? Dude, I live here. It's my house. Malcolm moves in with his white girlfriend, Megan. This chick has 2 kids, Wyatt and Becky. Malcolm claims that the house is haunted because some freaky things have been happening.
You don't believe in the paranormal?
Of course I believe in that shit. I'm half Mexican, bro. Like, I believe in all that shit. People don't believe it. La Llorona, El Cucuy, Chupacabra, Obamacare, interracial dating, nuclear war, but you name it, I'm all for it. So of course I pretend my grandmother was some bruja just to mess with them. You need a blood sacrifice.
Oh, hell fucking no.
Hey, you want to get rid of the demon or not?
Let's do it. Cheers.
But in all seriousness, you guys, there is some weird shit happening over there. That house just gives me the creeps. This is some scary cucuy shit right here, man.
I don't know what cucuy is.
Cucuy is a ghetto Mexican boogeyman.
Oh, like George Lopez.
I know, huh?
What in the... You wouldn't know anybody with an auto body shop, would you?
Are you serious, bro? Contrary to popular belief, all Mexicans don't have body shops, man. Well, you think we all have lowriders with a freaking Mexican horn? Take it easy, Malcolm!
Where you going?
Go to the swap meet. We're gonna get some chihuahuas. And it's funny because, you know, for me to relate to my son, it's a little challenging, you guys. And it's not that I can't relate to a teenager, because I can. I can relate to almost any age. You know, I got people that brought kids here tonight. The problem is that my son doesn't see me as an entertainer. He sees me as the guy that tells him to take a shower, put on deodorant, you know, stop picking your nose. That's me. His friends, on the other hand, I'm like a god to his friends. Every time I drop off Frankie at school now, I pull up, you know, the kids see my car. They freak out and they run over to it and they put their hands on it like it's a shrine. They touch the car like freaking, Selena está aquí, you know? Some of you got that. Gracias. Anyway. Then the kids start shaking my car side to side, chanting, Fluffy, Fluffy, Fluffy. And Frankie's in the front seat, pissed. He's pissed. He's like, this is bull. I'm like, hey, dude, don't get mad at me because I'm more popular than you at your school. Little hater. He gets out of the car all mad. They're still chanting, Fluffy, Fluffy. The thing is that our worlds are very different. His world revolves around Grand Theft Auto, the video game, YouTube, and girls. He's really good at 2 of those. The other one, not so much. And it's not that I'm trying to be a hater about it. It's just that I tell Frankie, listen, you need to start having more conversations. You need to become more talkative and interact like this. See, he'd rather text than talk. That's his whole thing. I'm like, dude, you gotta learn, you know, start to talk to me. I wish you would talk to me more. You could learn a lot about talking by talking to me. I'm just saying, I only do it professionally. But no, he'd rather text. It's at the point now where if I'm in the house and I yell, Frankie,
did you take out the trash? Nothing. All of a sudden, cling. I take out my phone? No. But if I say, I got money for you, freaking Houdini, right? Oh, hello. Because you can't text cash. That's my big thing right now. I just want him to take out the trash. He's 16 years old now. He should have been doing this since he was 10, but you know, better late than never. And what he does is he'll sit in the living room and he tunes out the rest of the house. He sits there and he'll put on these headphones that I got him for Christmas a couple of years ago. These Beats with the freaking studio button, and it cuts out all of the sound. They are so strong that when he starts watching his YouTube videos, he can't hear himself laugh. And for me, that is the funniest thing in the world. I'm in the other room and I can hear him. This is what I hear. I'm in the other room like, who brought the Germans? And so I walk out into the living room and I see Frankie and he's laughing at his phone and I gotta flag him down. I go, hey. And he'll take him off. What's up, Dad? I go, Frankie, can you do me a favor? Can you please take out the trash? Okay. And then he puts them back on. What? Now? I go, yes. Now? When you ask me for a ride, it's because you need a ride when you ask for it, right? Not later. Then he says, where are we going? Just take out the trash. And then he does it. He takes out the trash, but he acts like he's doing me the biggest favor in the world. And he stares me down and he doesn't break eye contact. He's like, and then I'll hold the bag over the can and he makes a sound. I'm like, dude, so much drama. It's crazy. I'd like to have normal conversations with him, but usually I got to take it that far for us to interact. You know, I look forward to conversations. Even if it's something small and minute, at least it gives me a chance to trigger another conversation with him. I look forward to a few things. I look forward to December, because in December, Frankie becomes very chatty. Otherwise, he's one-word kid. Parents, you know what I'm talking about. Kids, one-word kid. And you try to talk to them. Hey, how's your day? Good. You have any homework? Yeah. You gonna do it? Maybe. You hungry? Mm-hmm. What do you want? Food. Ah! Usually that's what I get. But December rolls around, and guess what December is? December is when he becomes very chatty because he has an agenda. All of a sudden, he goes from one-word kid to very like, hey, how's your week, Dad? You doing good? Yeah, how are the shows going? You doing all right? Do you need anything? You need anything? I'm like, I needed this in July, just saying. And I know it's fake, but at least, once again, it allows me to put my real conversation on top of his fake one. And if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. Eventually, businesses started opening their doors and allowing us to go back inside. And I'll tell you guys right now, my big guilty pleasure is Starbucks, okay? That's my guilty pleasure. I'm all about a Starbucks drive-thru. But the difference is, when you have the option of going inside versus drive-thru, that's one thing. But when they tell you you can't go inside anymore, and then they tell you you can, you kind of miss. Like me, I couldn't wait to go back inside when they said the doors are opening up. I couldn't wait to go in and order from a counter and talk to a person and look at a menu. I didn't mind. I showed up early. Got my dogs with me. I didn't care. We walk into Starbucks. And I know they did this over in Long Beach. I'm not sure if they did this here, but they put stickers on the floor. And so there I am standing on a freaking sticker. I got my dogs just chilling, standing there looking like a third grader. We're just chilling, waiting. And some lady behind me notices that I'm holding two dogs. She clearly had an issue with the fact that I was holding two dogs. And instead of saying, pardon me, excuse me, hey there, hi, hola, she does the whole, I'm hearing this and I'm like, shit, COVID. I don't see any stickers. I'm off the grid. And she was like, I do not have COVID. Are those service dogs? They're Chihuahuas. And these in particular are the complete opposite of service dogs. Well, are they supposed to be inside? I say, I didn't ask. It's just that I didn't want to leave them in the car. I'm not even staying. I'm just going to order my drinks and I'm going to leave. I'm not even going to put them down. I'm sorry. And she's like, well, are they at least legal? You're going to ask a Mexican if his dogs are legal? Fortunately, next in line. Thank God. So I get to the front, and now I'm worried because the lady has me thinking in the back of my head that I'm doing something bad, that I'm about to get scolded or kicked out. So I'm trying not to make eye contact with the guy. So I'm just looking at the menu, and I hear him. Dogs. Oh, hi, bro. Sorry about that. Sorry. I know. They're adorable. What are their names? Oh, well, this is Vinny. This is Risa. They're so cute. Well, thank you. And then here comes another barista, and she's like, I see dogs. I'm sorry. They're adorable. What are their names? I said, oh, well, this is Vinny. This is Risa. They're too cute. Well, thank you. So I place my order, and then the girl barista, she goes, yes? I gotta tell you something about your dogs, right? I know, I'm sorry, I just didn't want to leave them in the car. What are the little ones gonna have? Well, as much as I would love to share my coffee with my dogs, I don't think caffeine and Chihuahuas mix. No, silly, maybe your little puppies would like a puppuccino. Okay, you see that shit? Now you're vocal. When I talked about the stickers, we don't know nothing about stickers, but un pinche puppuccino all freaking day, right? Sorry. Anyway, when she said puppuccino, I was like, what kind of a drink is it? I'm looking at the menu. I'm like, I don't see that shit anywhere. What is that? No, silly. A puppuccino is just a little cup, and we put whipped cream in the cup. This way, you can enjoy your beverage, and your little ones can enjoy something with you. I said, oh my God, I love this. How much are they? Oh, they're free. Tell me more. You have 2 little puppies, so you get 2 free puppuccinos. Oh my God. Can I have a 3rd one? Oh, is there another little puppy we're missing? This one. I was so excited. I told her, I said, do you understand how happy you just made me with this whole puppuccino thing? Oh, yeah. They let it be known that if anyone ever shows up with a dog, always offer them a puppuccino on the house. So it's cool that I walked in with my dogs. Oh, yeah. They're welcome anytime. I'll just tell you guys right now, I am very petty. I am so petty. I was like, can you say that louder? Your puppies are welcome anytime. I'm not gonna lie, I felt a little bit like Canelo. I did, I couldn't help it. I turned around, I was like, hey, you hear that, bitch mother? I was there the night Fluffy got fired. And speaking of whores, let me tell you where they put us up at. That's a bad segue. No, there's no whores at this hotel. Listen, I would like to personally thank the promoters for not only making this special happen, but for taking really good care of us. They put us at a hotel that's right across the street, you guys. And you know you're in a good hotel when you get inside of the elevator and it talks. It's one of those, you know.
First floor. Second floor. Third floor.
I'm like, man, she sounds hot.
Fourth floor. Fifth floor.
Oh, yeah. Martin asked me, how far are you going up? I said, all the way. I gotta see how this ends, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man. And by the way, you guys, since the last time we were here, I've had a few things change in my life. Some things happened that were so crazy that I couldn't even believe that it was a possibility. First thing that happened was I had my first ever celebrity death hoax, meaning that someone faked my death on the internet and it went viral. Someone wrote an amazing article that was read by over 30 million people that was so good, even I was like, oh my God, I was so nice. TMZ reported it for 30 minutes until they called my publicist and confirmed that I was still alive. The article said that I had died October 31st from complications of type 2 diabetes. And in my head, I'm thinking to myself, that's a hell of a day to kill a diabetic. You know what I mean? That's like killing Santa on Christmas Eve. 30 million people read this article. No one thought to call me. Except Martin. That's right. Martin was the only one that called me. And I think that was just to verify that he still had employment. I got that phone call. Hello? Martin was like, hey, you dead? No, man, I'm good. I figured you would have texted me. And I would have, because that's the kind of friend I am, you know? I even asked my son Frankie, I said, Frankie, did you hear I died? That's what they meant. I go, what do you mean that's what they meant? Well, my friends were asking if you were okay. I go, what'd you tell them? I hadn't seen you. So, well, apparently I died. Welcome back. And that's another thing that's changed, you guys. My son Frankie is now 18 years old and 1 week away from graduation. You guys are clapping, but he's not leaving. I've already asked him, I said, Frankie, what do you want to do with your life? Have you thought about college? Just now. I'm like, Frankie, you do realize that all you need to do is get accepted. I tell a lot of jokes. I will pay for your entire college education, no matter where you want to go. As long as you get accepted. What do you think about that? I say, you know, if you want to go to school in California, we'll make it happen. You want to go to school out of state, we'll make it happen. I said, hell, I'll even do one of those international programs. You know, the ones where you give them one of your children and then they give you one of their children? What is it called when you kid swap? Thank you. Sorry. That's right. Exchange. Some of you are like, that's called human trafficking. Different program. I would love to do an exchange program with my son, but don't give me a regular kid. If I'm gonna do an exchange program, give me a kid from like a hardcore third world country so that he appreciates all the basic things most American children take for granted. That's why I say, give me little Tombutu. Give me Tombutu. I would love Tombutu, and Tombutu would love me.
Mr. Fluffy?
Yes, Tombutu.
I was wondering, what time do we go to sleep?
You go to sleep whenever you like. This is your room. We sleep next door. All of this is for Tombutu? Yes, all of this is for Tombutu.
In my village, 2 families sleep in an area this big.
Well, here in America, one big-ass Mexican kid sleeps right here. Enjoy. And then I would take him to like IHOP or Denny's and let him order whatever he wants and just watch him lose it. You know?
This is the Thanksgiving I heard of. Thank you, Mr. Fluffy. Thank you. If there is anything Tombutu can do for you, please tell me. Anything.
Can you help me take out the trash?
For you, I will eat the trash.
Meanwhile, my son's on the other side of the world on top of an elephant trying to get Wi-Fi. I love my son very much, you guys. It's just that sometimes he doesn't get the position he's in. He doesn't realize it, which is why I love it whenever he brings his friends over. He brings his friends over the house and they're constantly saying what I'm saying. And as a parent, anytime you tell your kids something, that's one thing. When you can get their friends to say what you say, you can't pay for that. And they're always doing it. You know, Frankie, you're lucky, man. Your dad's trying to help you go to college. My dad wants me to get a job. Frankie, you're lucky, man. Your dad's trying to give you a car. My dad doesn't even trust me to walk. You're lucky, man. And I hear this and I'm like, I love these kids. Because see, my son is very numb to this situation. He's very numb to all of you, and he's very numb to Fluffy. Okay, he doesn't see Fluffy. He sees Dad. Dad. I'm just Dad. You know, I'm the guy that tells him, clean your room, take a shower, and put on deodorant, which he does very well now. But you guys saw what I had to do to make that happen. See, his friends, on the other hand, they still get excited when they see me. They still geek out. I walk into the living room, they're all sitting there. Frankie sees me. Hey, Dad. His friends see me. They see this. With like doves. Can you imagine if every time you walked into a room that happened?
He's here.
Ladies, imagine if your partner could do that for you. Huh? It's your anniversary, a celebration, some magical moment, or you're just laying there and you're drunk. And you're just like, what are you gonna do to me? What are you gonna do? One extra dove. And by the way, guys, if you're ever able to pull off the doves, just leave it at that. Don't try to top the doves. It's very hard to top the doves. Don't start running your mouth and talking smack. You're like, she's laying there, and don't start, you don't even know what's gonna happen to you. You don't even understand. You're gonna get it. Don't do that, because ladies, all you have to do is look at him and go, ah. So here's the story. So I had done shows before, in Texas, and I had never done a show in San Antonio. So the original plan was we wanted to record a special in San Antonio for the new Netflix show, for the series. So we couldn't really travel too much. And remember, they kept telling us, stay in your bubble, stay in your COVID bubble. Don't forget to stay in your bubble. So in order to be as proactive and just careful, we all went out there together as a team, okay? And then we all basically said, we're gonna do a residency in San Antonio for 30 days. 30 shows in 30 days. And on the last day, we'll record a new special. This way it gives me a chance to start performing again, because it'd been over a year since I touched the stage. And so we get there, and they gave me the option. Do you wanna stay in a house or do you wanna stay in a hotel? And I said, well, I've never lived in Texas before, so let's see what a house feels like. So they got us like this fancy Airbnb, and basically, it was Martin, Alfred, my friend Rick, myself. It was like 4 of us. It was like the Mexican version of the real world, okay? So we're all in this big house together. Everyone gets their own room. And so, of course, I get the big room because it's me. And, look at me. No. Yes. So I open up the door. I turn on the light. Click. And I'm like, this is a beautiful room. Wow, look how big it is. And then I notice there's a hole in the wall. I said, that's weird. So I get really close to the wall. And when I got close, I realized it's not a hole. It's a big-ass roach. And let me tell you, I am not exaggerating when I tell you that cuca was this big. That roach was this big. Now, I have used this unit of measure before to exaggerate. And let me tell you, I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that freaking cucaracha was this big. And I don't want you guys thinking, oh, what, you think you're too good for roaches? No. I grew up with roaches my whole life. My mom and I, we lived in apartment buildings, projects. We always had roaches, but they were different. First of all, they were this big. And California roaches are very different, okay? For example, when you turn on the light, they scatter. In Texas, he chilled. In California, they respond to sound and movement. Ah! Scatter. I tried my California technique on this Tejano roach. I said, ah! And the roach was like, what? Oh my God, I don't think he's in my room. I think I'm in his. And at that moment, my tour manager walks in the room and she's like, is everything okay with the accommodations? I said, no, the room is beautiful, but look at the wall. Aw, there's a hole in the wall. I said, get closer. She gets up to the wall and she's like, oh, it's a big ass roach. I said, you're okay with that? She said, he's not in my room. She can see that I'm visibly bothered by this roach. So she's like, would you like me to take care of your little friend for you? And it is a little emasculating because I'm a big guy and she's like 5'2". So she's like, move, fool. She takes off her shoes, she grabs it, she gets up on a chair, and she brings it back, and she's like, you know, soy la 69. Bam! Nail that roach. Threw down her shoe, put it on. I look at the wall, and it kept moving. And I said, you have angered our friend. And she was like defensive. Fool, round two. So she grabs her shoe, gets back up on the stool, and she brings it back. And just as she's about to nail this roach for the second time, that shit started flying.
But you know what they do to you in the emergency room? They pull out these industrial scissors that cut through anything, right? And they started on the left foot and they finished on the right. And they cut all the way up and they cut all the way down and they pull all your clothes off at the same time. And Pikachu! They released the Pokemon! And man, it was cold. So they take away all my clothes and they replace them with this nasty lime green hospital gown, the kind where they tie it in the back and your buddy showing you. So I see my reflection in the mirror and I realize at that moment that I do not look like a comedian. Oh no, with all that green on, I look like goddamn Shrek. And it wasn't me who gave me the nickname, it was the nurses. I could hear them too. Mira, Marta, the gordito, he looks like Shrek. He does, all he needs are the antennas and the donkey, that's it. So they wheel me into my own room, right? I'm laying down, I'm holding my stomach. And the doctor comes in, and I don't know what it is about doctors, but they're just always happy to see you, right? Ah, Mr. Iglesias, how are you?
I can't fart.
No, Mr. Iglesias, don't worry, we'll take care of everything. Just do me a favor, roll over on your side. I'll be right back. So he goes over to the wall and he gets these little gloves. And he don't get ahead of me. He puts them on, right, and he comes over and he puts his hand on my side and he goes, does that hurt? Does that hurt? And then this doctor turned into a magician. Oh, yes, he did. Because his hand disappeared. And it reappeared somewhere way back here. And I'm not going to tell you guys what he did, but you know what he did. Pokemon. And then he's got the nerve to tell me, Mr. Iglesias, I found a problem. You seem to be suffering internally. You have a blockage in your system. And the whole time I'm thinking, oh, you're the one blocking it, dude. Pull it out! So he says, Mr. Iglesias, we're going to need to flush out your system. I'm like, okay, cool, flush me out. Give me some, soda and some crackers. Let's do it, right? No, Mr. Iglesias, we have a special way of flushing you out, right? So he rings the call button for the nurse. Ding, and the nurse comes in. Oh, it's a Shrek. And she walks in, right? And she's got this little bag with like a little hose hanging out of it, right? And I see this hose and I'm thinking, ooh, you better be watering a plant. And I'm not gonna tell you guys what she did with the hose, but you know what she did with the hose. She made me a pinchy water balloon. And when they say they're gonna flush you out, they're not lying. The second they do this to you, guess when you gotta go? Right then and there. And they don't do it when it's all convenient, when you're over here in the facilities and you're sitting down and you're like, okay, do it, let it rip, dale gas, let's go. They do it when you're laying down 18 feet away in a bed, laying down, and then they do this to you, and anything you have in here goes from here back there like that, man. And it hits you like lightning, dude. Like, my arms locked up, my legs sticking up. I tried to run to the restroom. I look like an old Frankenstein movie, man. Just, Gabriel, don't you ever think about working out? I think about it all the time. All the time. Watch. Guess what? I didn't like it. It sucks. Gotta move, Let's get physical. You try to watch TV, they got the Bally's commercials. I hate those stupid commercials because they never have fluffy people in them. Everybody's already in shape, Everybody's buff, everybody's all slim and trim, I want to see a commercial with a fluffy guy on there on a treadmill, just heaving. Next scene, he's on the floor. Help him! Bally's. Working out. Every time I get motivated to try to work out, this is how I pump myself up, right? I'll pop in the Rocky DVD. Because the music, you get the... As soon as the movie's over, I turn it off, and the regular TV comes back on, and never fails. I want my baby Chili's, baby back wheels. Oh, that's a sign. Yeah, the gym. People say too, well, you don't really have to work out. Just, walk a little bit. I always hear that. Gabriel, you should walk. Why don't you walk? Walk. Go walking. You should walk. I'm gonna walk away from you. Leave me alone. Badgering me. They say you should eat right. Eat reasonably. I don't know what that means. Like I said, food is my drug. And my problem is I try to live every single day out, like, to the fullest. Because you never know when it's your last day. I watch the news every day and they're always depressing me, More problems. And it's like, the world and the this and that. And it can't even rain in California without everybody freaking out. Okay, don't get me wrong. This time it rained and there was a lot of water. But you know what? They were reporting the first day like it was the end of the world. The guy was out there. We're standing here live in front of Walmart where apparently the torrential downpour has surprised Southern California. Ma'am, can you tell us? What do you see? Dear God, there is water everywhere. I walked inside Walmart 45 minutes ago. It was dry. Now look at it. Oh my God. Why being so dramatic for? In other parts of America, it rains 3-4 times a week. I've seen that same interview on someone's house. Not in their house, on their house, because the floods came in. And they're like, whatever. Sir, at what point did you realize that there was a serious problem with the water?
I tell you what, see, I woke up about 4:30 this morning. I come downstairs. I said, somebody put a lake in here.
Last year, we got a chance to do a European tour of 15 countries. Estonia, Germany, Norway, Belgium, the Netherlands, UK. We're just bouncing around all over the place. And then we wound up on the other side of the world. Out of all the countries I performed in, my favorite country outside of home is Australia. And I'll tell you why.
Australia, much like us in America, has its list of priorities. You know what's not on their list? Political correctness. They do not care about your feelings. It's like a country full of Daves. Believe it or not, it's very refreshing to be around such a large group of people who speak their minds so freely. And if you know that before you go there, you're gonna have an amazing time. But if you don't know that and you show up, it is a culture shock and a half, because I showed up and I didn't know. Everybody says you gotta see the beaches, and I went to the beach. I had people coming up to me. Hey, somebody help me get him back in the water. Yeah, look at right there, big fella. Look at you right there. Oh, look, he's moving. He's moving. He's moving. Oh, he's crying. He's crying. I bet it tastes like gravy. It's not bullying if everyone does it. Yeah, that being said, I'm in Australia, Sydney, Australia, at the Opera House. For me, it was one of the most iconic places I've ever got to perform in. It was bucket list, definitely. After the show, I wanted to go hang out with some Aussies and see what that was like. I'm hanging out at a pub. First things first, Australian people do not drink Foster's beer. That's an American thing. They don't drink that over there. I tried ordering one to fit in, didn't go over well. Bartender looked at me. Hey, you like the taste of piss, do ya? Okay, don't order that again. So I'm hanging out with these two Aussies, and we're drinking a rum called Bundaberg. At first glance, it looks like a Coca-Cola bottle because there's a polar bear on the front. And then you drink it, and you're like, that's not Coke. As we're talking, a third Australian joined the conversation. And he sounded a little bit different from the other two. He had more of a raspy voice. More like, all right, yeah, mate, he's all right. He sounded like a drunk pirate underwater. These two guys didn't like him, so they called him a name and they left. And now it's just me and drunk pirate. We're talking about life. Life in America, life in Australia, talking about our differences. He tells me that he's a professional knife maker. He's showing me how it's done. He's showing me pictures. We wind up polishing off 3 bottles of this rum. And drunk wasn't even the right word to describe our level. My tour manager, Ryan, he comes up to me and he says, Gabe, time to go. And I look at Ryan and I'm like, but Ryan, I just made a friend. And he makes knives. And they're pretty. My tour manager always knows how to talk to me no matter what condition I'm in. If I'm drunk, he knows better than to talk to me like I'm an adult. He talks to me like I'm 2. He looks at me and he says, hey, buddy. You hungry? Well, listen, if we don't leave right now, they're going to close McDonald's and you're going to have to eat at the airport. I gotta go. Oh, Mom, you gotta go, no worries. And he goes to shake my hand. And when he shook my hand, he put his personal pocket knife that he made in my hand as a gift. That's for you, Mike. Thanks for being nice. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna cut cheeseburgers with this. I was celebrating the fact that I got away with that for so long. For so long. I snuck backstage at Chris Rock. I snuck backstage. Until karma showed up one day in the form of the most extreme fan I have ever had in 20 years of me being a comedian. I had someone who not only made it backstage, this person paid to get into my dressing room. Okay? Yeah, he didn't pay me, by the way. He didn't pay me. I'm an honest hoe. Okay? I made no money that day, all right? Yeah, if I would have gotten paid, you wouldn't be hearing this story. Here's the thing. I walk into my dressing room from the bathroom. I just finished showering up and I'm in a towel. I walk into the room, come to find out later that this man was a very wealthy businessman in the community, okay? And when I walked into the room, he's wearing a very, very nice suit. So when I saw the suit, I didn't give it a second thought because he looked professional. I thought maybe he was the general manager of the building, one of the concert promoters. He could have been someone's agent. So when I walked in the room, my towel, like, can I help you? He looks at me, and it was the most uncomfortable conversation I have ever had. He looks at me and says, listen. I am not here to waste any of your time. Fluffy, I am prepared to take care of you. I will give you a new Lexus and an allowance that's more than what you make as a comedian. Leave with me. I was never more disgusted and offended at the fact that I was not gay. Because finally, somebody wants to take care of me. Do you know how many people I take care of? No one's ever offered me a Lexus, and they should. I felt horrible saying no to this guy. I still think about it. I still have the number. Houston, I'm gonna tell you something, and I don't know how this is gonna go over, but I'm gonna say it. I would be an amazing gay partner. I would, all the way up until that one part, but even then. Have you ever driven a Lexus? Those are nice. Sometimes you gotta take one for your own team. I'm just saying. Now, in all seriousness, not to be funny, not to be disrespectful, let me tell you the reason why I would be an amazing gay partner. The level of communication between two men is so high, I might actually get an answer. There might be clarity and understanding. I might hear a yes. I might hear a no. Do you know how many relationships I have been in where I still don't know the outcome to certain conversations? Very simple yes or no questions. That's what I would do. Something as simple as, baby, you hungry? Well, I haven't eaten yet, so I probably should eat something, but I'm not feeling it right now. But if I don't eat right now, you know how I'm gonna get later. So I guess it's probably a good idea if I start eating right now. But it really depends on the options. What do you think? Ah! What about this one? Baby, where would you like to eat? You hear all the guys? Yeah. Finally! I'm not alone! Everybody's pointing at somebody right now. Guys, am I right? This has to be, you would think that this is the safest question in the world to ask, but it's not. Well, just pick something. You know me, I'm go with the flow. Whatever you decide is okay with me. You know me already, just pick something. All right, we're going to Burger King. I don't like Burger King. Why do we gotta go to Burger King? Burger King gives me chorro. Chorro is Mexican diarrhea. How about this one? How do you feel? Really? Really? You want to know how I feel? Well, you know, maybe if you'd pay attention from time to time, you might know how I feel. You might not need to have to ask me such a question because you would already know exactly how I feel. The amount of time and energy I've exhausted to let you know how I feel, and you have the nerve to ask me, how do you feel? Now imagine the exact same conversation between me and Mr. Lexus. Do you know how efficient that conversation would be? Hey, bro, you hungry? Thought you'd never ask. What do you want to eat? Whatever you want to eat. We're going to Burger King. I love Whoppers. Me too. We go to Burger King and we tear it up. We get back home and I ask him, hey, how do you feel? Horny. Me too. How do you want to do this? Heads or tails? It would be efficient. It's hypothetical. But believe me, I still think about it, you know? Especially whenever I get into fights with my girl and she says something like, oh, you think you can do better? Oh, I know I could have a Lexus. I don't know, man. Eventually, businesses started opening their doors and allowing us to go back inside. And I'll tell you guys right now, my big guilty pleasure is Starbucks, okay? That's my guilty pleasure. I'm all about a Starbucks drive-thru. But the difference is, when you have the option of going inside versus drive-thru, that's one thing. But when they tell you you can't go inside anymore, and then they tell you you can, you kind of miss. Like me, I couldn't wait to go back inside when they said the doors are opening up. I couldn't wait to go in and order from a counter and talk to a person and look at a menu. I didn't mind. I showed up early. You know, got my dogs with me. I didn't care. We walk into Starbucks. And I know they did this over in Long Beach. I'm not sure if they did this here, but they put stickers on the floor. And so there I am standing on a freaking sticker. I got my dogs just chilling, standing there looking like a third grader. We're just chilling, waiting. And some lady behind me notices that I'm holding two dogs. She clearly had an issue with the fact that I was holding two dogs. And instead of saying, you know, pardon me, excuse me, hey there, hi, hola, she does the whole, I'm hearing this and I'm like, shit, COVID. I don't see any stickers. I'm off the grid. And she was like, I do not have COVID. Are those service dogs? They're Chihuahuas. And these in particular are the complete opposite of service dogs. Well, are they supposed to be inside? I say, you know, I didn't ask. It's just that I didn't want to leave them in the car. I'm not even staying. I'm just going to order my drinks and I'm going to leave. I'm not even going to put them down. I'm sorry. And she's like, well, are they at least legal? You're going to ask a Mexican if his dogs are legal? Fortunately, next in line. Thank God. So I get to the front, and now I'm worried because the lady has me thinking in the back of my head that I'm doing something bad, that I'm about to get scolded or kicked out. So I'm trying not to make eye contact with the guy. So I'm just looking at the menu, and I hear him. Dogs. Oh, hi, bro. Sorry about that. Sorry. I know. They're adorable. What are their names? Oh, well, this is Vinny. This is Risa. They're so cute. Well, thank you. And then here comes another barista, and she's like, I see dogs. I'm sorry. They're adorable. What are their names? I said, oh, well, this is Vinny. This is Risa. They're too cute. Well, thank you. So I place my order. And then the girl barista, she goes, Yes? You know I gotta tell you something about your dogs, right? I know, I'm sorry, I just didn't want to leave them in the car. What are the little ones gonna have? Well, as much as I would love to share my coffee with my dogs, I don't think caffeine and chihuahuas mix. No, silly. Maybe your little puppies would like a puppuccino. Okay, you see that shit? Now you're vocal. When I talked about the stickers, we don't know nothing about stickers, but un pinche puppuccino all freaking day, right? Sorry. Anyway, when she said puppuccino, I was like, what kind of a drink is it? I'm looking at the menu. I'm like, I don't see that shit anywhere. What is that? No, silly. A puppuccino is just a little cup, and we put whipped cream in the cup. This way, you can enjoy your beverage, and your little ones can enjoy something with you. I said, oh my God, I love this. How much are they? Oh, they're free. Tell me more. You have 2 little puppies, so you get 2 free puppuccinos. Oh my God. Can I have a third one? Oh, is there another little puppy we're missing? This one. I was so excited. I told her, I said, do you understand how happy you just made me with this whole puppuccino thing? Oh, yeah. They let it be known that if anyone ever shows up with a dog, always offer them a puppuccino on the house. So it's cool that I walked in with my dogs. Oh, yeah. They're welcome anytime. Oh, I'll just tell you guys right now, I am very petty. I am so petty. I was like, can you say that louder? Your puppies are welcome anytime. I'm not gonna lie, I felt a little bit like Canelo. I did, I couldn't help it. I turned around, I was like, hey, you hear that, bitch mother? I was there the night Fluffy got fired.
But you know what they do to you in the emergency room? They pull out these industrial scissors that cut through anything, right? And they started on the left foot and they finished on the right. And they cut all the way up and they cut all the way down and they pull all your clothes off at the same time. And Pikachu! They released the Pokemon! And man, it was cold. So they take away all my clothes and they replace them with this nasty lime green hospital gown, the kind where they tie it in the back and your butt is showing, you know? So I see my reflection in the mirror and I realize at that moment that I do not look like a comedian. Oh no, with all that green on, I look like goddamn Shrek. And it wasn't me who gave me the nickname, it was the nurses. I could hear them too. Mira, Marta, the gordito, he looks like Shrek. He does, all he needs are the antennas and the donkey, that's it. So they wheel me into my own room, right? I'm laying down, I'm holding my stomach. And the doctor comes in, and I don't know what it is about doctors, but they're just always happy to see you, right? Ah, Mr. Iglesias, how are you?
I can't fart.
No, Mr. Iglesias, don't worry, we'll take care of everything. Just do me a favor, roll over on your side. I'll be right back. So he goes over to the wall and he gets these little gloves. And he don't get ahead of me. He puts them on, right, and he comes over and he puts his hand on my side and he goes, does that hurt? Mm-mm. Does that hurt? And then this doctor turned into a magician. Oh, yes, he did. Because his hand disappeared. And it reappeared somewhere way back here. And I'm not going to tell you guys what he did, but you know what he did. Pokemon. And then he's got the nerve to tell me, Mr. Iglesias, I found a problem. You seem to be suffering internally. You have a blockage in your system. And the whole time I'm thinking, oh, you're the one blocking it, dude. Pull it out! So he says, Mr. Iglesias, we're going to need to flush out your system. I'm like, okay, cool, flush me out. Give me some, soda and some crackers. Let's do it, right? No, Mr. Iglesias, we have a special way of flushing you out, right? So he rings the call button for the nurse. Ding, and the nurse comes in. Oh, it's a Shrek. And she walks in, right? And she's got this little bag with like a little hose hanging out of it, right? And I see this hose and I'm thinking, ooh, you better be watering a plant. And I'm not gonna tell you guys what she did with the hose, but you know what she did with the hose. She made me a pinchy water balloon. And when they say they're gonna flush you out, they're not lying. The second they do this to you, guess when you gotta go? Right then and there. And they don't do it when it's all convenient, when you're over here in the facilities and you're sitting down and you're like, okay, do it, let it rip, dale gas, let's go. They do it when you're laying down 18 feet away in a bed, laying down, and then they do this to you, and anything you have in here goes from here back there like that, man. And it hits you like lightning, dude. It's like, my arms locked up, my legs sticking up. I tried to run to the restroom. I look like an old Frankenstein movie, man. Just
What's your name?
Gabriel Iglesias. Yeah. That's usually how videos start. Somebody says, what's your name? And then you say your name in a cool way, and then you got to move while music plays, and there's lights and stuff. So you guys, I'm Gabriel Iglesias coming to you from Long Beach, California's Fluffy Shop Studios. That's right, Gabriel has his own studios with really bad insulation, because from time to time you'll hear an airplane or a car or people next door making crystal meth. But hey, it's not for me to judge. This week, you guys, I'm very excited to feature a good friend of mine. Now he's a friend, whereas before I didn't know who the hell he was. There's children outside playing. Don't worry, they don't know what we're up to. This guy, he's funny. He's from Chicago. His name is Barry Brewer, and he's hysterical. You're going to love him. You're going to enjoy him. Check him out. Here he is, Barry Brewer.
I fly a lot, man. Flying a lot, you see a lot of things. I don't like flying coach. I hate that. Anybody else or somebody say, oh, you first class all the time? Okay. Bougie, first class all the way. I don't like flying. I don't like flying when I can't fly first class, because when I walk past first class, they always make me feel like I'm poor. Anybody ever fly and walk past first class, they all seated and got their drink, they little wine, they look at you like you're a peasant. You ever see that? They're like, look at the peasant. And you feel like a peasant because you've been waiting in the jet bridge to get on the plane in the line. And you be like, excuse me, I'm just trying to get the coach. Don't want to bother nobody. No, I ain't trying to bother nobody. I'm just trying to get the coach. I'm trying to get to where I'm trying to get to, brother. I ain't trying to bother nobody. Excuse me, sir. How you doing? Your wine looks nice and lovely, yeah. It's the worst, man. One time I got stuck. You know, if you ever fly, you get sometimes stuck in line when you're getting on a plane and people putting their luggage in the overhead bins and you get stuck. So you standing in first class. I'm standing in first class and the lady clenched her purse. Like, I'm gonna take it. I'm getting on the same plane as you. Like, when I'm gonna take your purse and go to my seat? Like, give me your purse. Give it to me. Would y'all hurry up back there? Lady, stop looking at me. Stop looking at me. I'll give your purse back later. I'm gonna see what's in it. Stupid. The first class stewardess, they don't make you feel better. Because they, you know, if you're sitting in coach, they don't just shut the sheet. You know the sheet that separates you from first class, let you know you ain't got no money in your life, sir? You know the sheet, they don't just shut it. They look in coach, like, y'all coach. There's a lot of coaches right here. They let you know you don't belong on this side of the plane. You just shut the sheet. Like, I want to come up there. I'm gonna get my money right. I'm gonna be up there. I'm gonna get my money right. Cool. Riding Southwest. Anybody ride Southwest? Fly? Anybody? Y'all like Southwest? I don't like Southwest. It's like riding the public transportation in the sky. Like on normal planes, you get a seat assignment. It's your name, your seat. Specifically, 34B, Barry Brewer, that's my seat. Can't nobody sit there because it's my seat. I got a paper to show it's my seat. Southwest, not like that. Whatever seat you get, that's your seat. One time I got up to go to the bathroom, come back, somebody in my seat. I said, hey man, it's my seat. He like, prove it. I'm like, where was you sitting at? My man said he was standing up in the back, they had a pole. I'm like, when they start having poles on planes, I'm back on the plane holding on. When they say buckle up, you gotta put two hands up. Hey, y'all, I'm Barry Brewer. Thank you so much.
There you have him, you guys. Mr. Barry Brewer. Don't forget to follow him right there. Don't forget to follow me. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to come back next week for another happy episode of Stand Up Revolution, the Highlight Show. I've been your host, Gabriel Iglesias. And in the words of my friend, Ray William Johnson, I approve this message. He's such a hack. That's what Ray used to do on Equals 3 before the white guy took the show.
To the fluffy, baby, to the fluffy.
All right, Alfred, listen up. Tell your mom we're fathers, we're not your father.
¡Sácate, pendejo! ¡Lárgate, cabrón! ¡Quítate, desgraciado!
Yeah, other parts of the country, people are just happy. People who have less than what you probably have find a way to be happy. Finding happiness is not easy. And I know happiness is not something that you can physically hold. It's not, because I've held a lot of things I thought were things that were going to make me happy, and no. I'm going to tell you guys something that I bought recently, and I'm going to tell you guys this, but I don't want you guys to look at it the wrong way, saying, oh, look at he's bragging, he's trying to show off. No. I'm just trying to let you guys know. Every day I try to live it out to the fullest. And guess what I did? I went out and I bought an H2. Well, I didn't buy it. I leased it because it's cheaper. But I got to give it back because it's like a rental. But see, I got this car thinking, oh my God, it's a big toy and I can try to, I've always wanted one. And, if I get it repoed, at least I can say I had the car. I get this car. I'm thinking I'm going to be happy. I pull out of the parking lot of the freaking Hummer dealer. Cars are start moving, and then I come to find out that this car kills 7.9 miles per gallon. 7.9 miles. I can't show off in a car that does that. I can't be at the stoplight trying to intimidate other cars. What? 1850 right there. Ron, you can't show off with a car that does that, bro. You can't, man. I'm watching the gas thing and this thing kills gas like I kill Twinkies, man. No mercy. But, this car came with a couple features I have never seen before. I had heard about it on TV, but I never thought I'd be in a car that had it. A thing called OnStar, which is like a little blue button in the dashboard, and you press it, and it connects you with a live operator, and whatever you're looking for, they help you find it. All right, whatever. So I'm in the car, the dealer's with me, and the dealer's trying to sell me, right? Gabriel, I'm going to tell you right now, buddy, OnStar is going to change your life forever. Anything you want, anything you need, you press that little button, they'll help you find it. Okay, cool, thanks. Then he says this, I'll bet you're hungry. Well, how does he know? Gabriel, press that button, watch the magic. Okay, so I pressed the button, right? OnStar. Then an operator came on. Hello, Mr. Iglesias. How may I help you? Food. Okay, any particular kind? Sure, Mexican. Okay, one moment. I can hear him punching the information. Okay, I see that you're headed northbound on the 5 freeway. Exit Catella, make a right. There's a restaurant called Los Panchos on your right-hand side. Okay, cool. Right-hand side. Actually, sir, left-hand side. Okay, no problem. Sir, forgive me. Right-hand side, 2 blocks away. What the hell's going on? Sir, 3 blocks. What the? I get off the freeway. Come to find out it was a pinchy taco truck that kept moving locations. Some things transpired, and one day he wanted to have a conversation with me, and it caught me off guard. Like, can I talk to you, Dad? Yeah, what's up? I have something I want to tell you. Okay, what's up? It's important. Okay? It's serious. Can you please sit down? How far along is she? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Don't be scaring me, dude. What's about us? Okay. What's up? He tells me, can you please stop making fun of me?
And when he said it, I felt it because I knew how hard it was for him to bring that up. And I said, how long have you felt this way? My whole life. Have you ever tried to bring this up in the past? Yeah. What did I say? You told me to put on deodorant. It worked. Look, Frankie, I didn't know how to be a dad, okay? It was one of those things where I just knew there were certain things I didn't want to do. I knew that I never wanted to yell at you, and I knew for a fact that I never wanted to hit you. So I did the best thing I could do with what I knew how to do. I made fun of you. That's called shaming. This year, look, if you don't want me to do any more stories or jokes or just make fun, I understand. It's one of those things where I didn't want to make him feel bad, and I don't want to feel bad making him, you know what I mean? So I said, look, I'm going to let the audience know that we spoke, and so that they understand why moving forward in the future there will be no more stories about Frankie. Why is that important? Because if I don't explain why I stopped talking about you, they're going to think you died. I don't want them to think you died either, so gave him a big hug, reminded him how much I love him, because I love him very much, and I hope he knows that. I think that a lot of the issues and frustrations we've had for a while now have a lot to do with the fact that I am no longer with his mom. I don't want you guys to think that all of a sudden I'm going to start doing jokes about her. I'm not. I have absolutely nothing bad to say about the woman I was with for almost 14 years. Okay? Nothing bad, nothing negative, nothing derogatory, nothing short of awesome. Nothing short of good vibes. Okay? I have nothing bad to say about her. And not just because I signed a piece of paper that said I wouldn't say anything bad, but because at the end of the day, that is still my son's mom, and I need to make sure she continues to support me being his dad. So you got to keep it cool. I'm a dork too. I don't know how to talk to women. And this guy always comes, hello. Girls go crazy. And ladies, I'm going to tell you right now, if a pretty man is your thing, if a gorgeous GQ guy is what you want, then by all means, go for it. But I'm going to let you know right now, in the long run, a pretty man is going to do nothing but lie to you, cheat on you, and break your heart. That's why, ladies, you need to start giving guys like me a chance. That's right, because I'm going to tell you guys right now, the worst thing I'll ever do is have dinner without you. And everybody... Look at some of the girls. Well, everybody gives me advice too on the best way to meet that certain someone. You know, like my sister Emily, she always tells me the best way to meet someone is to go on the internet. She goes, go online, you'll meet someone. I'm like, I thought it'd be a good idea because my sister, she's cool people. She goes to school, she goes to church, she's nice. But I gotta tell you guys something, she's a freak. You know, you meet her in person, she's all sweet and innocent. Oh, hello, how are you? Nice to meet you. Bye. But you catch her online at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, man, she's like, I'm licking and sucking your toes. Ooh, do you like it? Now see, that's scary. It is, because I had no idea she was online. I was like, yeah, I like it. I was like, what's up? I see my sister the next day. She's like, I met someone. I said, me too. Check it out. I got some sandals. What's up? But you guys have to be careful. If you're going to meet people on the internet, be careful. Because you don't know what you're going to get. You don't. I went on a blind date with a girl who was half Sasquatch, half Chupacabra. Yes, some of the white people, Chupa what? It's like Bigfoot, only smaller. Like cousins, you know? You gotta be careful because they'll throw these little mysterious words out there to kind of like get you excited. Like this one girl, she described herself as bubbly, and I hear bubbly and I was thinking, oh my God, wow, really? Shut up, wow, really? Man, and instead what I got was and I'm standing there. You have to be careful. And I said, you know what? Okay, maybe it's my bad luck. It couldn't possibly happen to me 3 times, right? So I gave it another shot. I went on another blind date with a girl who said she was a sexy Latina. I was excited. What's up? I get to her house, you guys. She was not Latina. Oh, no. She was black. Now, I didn't have a problem with her being black, but she specifically wrote out, I'm Latina. So I called her on it, right? I said, hey, girl, before we go any further, didn't you say that you were Latina? You know what she told me? She got mad. She was like, fool, I am Latina. Shoot, that's my name.
Friend of the morning show, Gabriel Iglesias is back this morning. Boy, I know you've hit the big time when you've got your own bobblehead.
I'm doing something right, huh? Wow. I was cracking up because he's like, I'm gonna show you something you've never seen before. I'm thinking, wow, they're gonna show the Mexican with the bobblehead. No, it's the albino kangaroo.
Yeah. Wow.
That's the other thing you've never seen before.
Right.
Yeah, look at that. It's kind of built to scale, which is kind of cool. It's a little heavy. It's not bad though. But yeah, we got the same. If you look at the back of the head, got the same pack of weenies right here.
Oh yeah.
That I have on the back. The guy who made it definitely very, very good at what he does.
I know we've talked to you about this before, but the name of your website is fluffyguy.com. You like talking about your weight when you're on stage.
It's not something I like to dwell on, but I can't help it because everybody always has a fluffy joke. I say fluffy because I don't like the word fat because fat just sounds wrong. But you say fluffy, it sounds cuter.
Yeah.
And the website is fluffyguy.com, and make sure you put guy after fluffy. Don't just type fluffy because if you type just fluffy, that's not me. That's a whole different Pikachu. You know what I'm saying?
And no relation to the Iglesias family?
For the ladies who are watching here today, yes. And I'll be at the club this weekend. Come on out.
Well,
What's with Enrique? No, you're the other Iglesias.
Do you find the fluffiness, do you find that it helps you meet the women, or?
You'd be surprised. Oh, here's the thing is that pretty guys have their own way of doing things.
Yeah.
You know, hello, you're so beautiful. I don't have good lines like that. I just tell a girl straight out, hey, you hungry? What's up? And they'll tell me, say something romantic. I got coupons, let's do it. But I talk about being a big guy because it's, it's a little difficult because everybody has a big joke. I always get people walking up to me, hey, big man, what's up? And I'm like, all right. Yeah. That's why I hate Thanksgiving because every Thanksgiving I always get that one guy walking up going, hey, buddy. It's a big day, huh? What are you talking about? Gobble, gobble. That sucks. You know why? Because that means that ugly people get more respect than fluffy people. Because at least ugly people, you wait till they leave the room before you make fun of them. You never walk up to an ugly person going, hey, buddy, trick or treat. What are you talking about?
I read in an interview that you said that your worst hecklers are older white women at bachelorette parties.
Yes, because they get drunk and,
Oh, my God, you are so funny.
I'm like, can you keep it down?
I'm sorry, you're just so funny. I can't help it. I'm getting married. Yay!
And if you're getting married, they're not going to throw you out of the club. They're going to, ma'am, can you...
I paid to be here, okay? I don't care. I'm going to watch the fluffy Mexican. He is so sexy.
And of course, I'm waiting outside. Hey, what's up?
You got another special coming up?
Yes, I got approved for my second Comedy Central half-hour special, which is great. I'm excited about that. And I have a movie coming out next month with Lindsay Wagner and Alan Thicke.
Where have you been?
What
they've been... Thanks.
The Bionic Woman and Alan Thicke. What is this?
Yeah, The Bionic Woman and Mr. Seaver. We did an independent film called The Surfer King, which is pretty cool. It's like it's a teen flick, and it's real cute. And I get to play a Hawaiian, which is different. I figured they'd have me playing a gang member or something, but no, they're like, Gabriel, I want you to be a Hawaiian. I didn't know why until I got to go to Hawaii. I come to find something out. Apparently, Hawaiian people look like swollen Mexicans. And nobody ever told me. I get off the plane in Honolulu. I start looking around. I'm like, oh my God, my family. And they're looking at me the same way. Alo cabrada, alo que makile, malo malo. I don't know what to say, man. Orale.
So what? Are you the surfer king or?
No. I'm the ironically enough, the owner of the snack shop. And
oh, well, that's
yeah.
Thanks so much for being here again.
Thank you guys very much. Enjoy the bobbleheads. This is cool, you guys. We've been in town all week hanging out, having fun. And for me, this is cool because I've been coming here for so long. And it's nice to walk into places and have people freak out. I'm not going to lie. It does something for me. You know, I'm walking into McDonald's and they're losing it. What are you doing here? Hello, I have one too. But now I find myself abusing the power. You know, I get to the register and they're freaking out. You know, are you Gabriel Iglesias? I'm like, I don't know. Is the food free? Like, yes, it is. And like for me, the best hookup so far, has been at Disney. Oh man, I showed up, people were giving me free stuff left and right. You know, I'm there with my family and they were loving it. Free sodas, hats and stuff. And people kept walking up. Can we take a picture? Can we take a picture? You know, and I'm not one of those, you know, I'm not one of those, you know, no, get away. No, I didn't get attention as a kid, so now it's on. All day, picture. And the series highlight for me was watching two kids walk past Disney characters to get to me. Oh, and they were hating. I could hear them too. Whatever, dude. All day, picture, and all it took was one to crush me. Yeah, just humbled you really quick. And I walked up to me, he's all, you know, like, oh my God, I just saw you on TV. Oh, can I take a picture? Let's do it, bro. Oh my God, this is so cool. It's so cool. I can't wait to tell my dad I took a picture with the guy that repossesses cars. Ladies and gentlemen, from Operation Repo, the star, Mr. Lou Pizarro. Hey, what's up? Hell yeah. No, hombre, dude, you look like you've been repossessing quesadillas, bro. Seriously. All right, we gotta settle it. We were here together in one spot, all over the internet, the two lookalikes. All right, we gotta settle it. Who's fatter? Don't make me fall on you, bro. Seriously, yeah, look at that. Damn! Hell yeah, you and I, we could play football, huh? We won't even move, just go ahead, come on. Oh, I'm already sweating, look, just hugging you.
Está haciendo calor, it's so hot.
Yeah. But we are here, you guys. I am so excited to be doing this show. I've been given this opportunity, and I want to share it with as many of my personal friends that are comics. And it's going to be a good time, you guys. And it was a really big fight with the network to come up with the title for the show. Because when they find out, you know, it was me, and that I was going to have a few of my amigos on the show, automatically they tried to put a catchy name for it. Anytime comedy clubs, networks, theaters get together, and there's more than one minority on a show, they always want to put a catchy name. You know, for as long as I've been performing in Arizona, anytime I do a show and there's more than 3 Latinos, forget it. Latino night, Hispanic night, you know, Mojado Monday or Taco Tuesday or Wetback Wednesday or Tortilla Thursday or Fiesta Friday or Sábado Gigante. But they do that to everybody. That happens to African Americans as well. They'll call the show Urban Night, Apollo Night, Def Jam Comedy Night. But that's as far as they'll take it. And they won't take it to the next level like they will for us. Because, you know, there's people fighting for black rights. We don't have anyone. We got Repo. And he's got his own agenda, you know? I guarantee you, my African-American brothers and sisters, you will never see a malt liquor Monday. Or Tupac Tuesday, or Watermelon Wednesday, or Thong Thursday, or Fried Chicken Friday, or Sookie Sookie Saturday, or Slap a Hoe Sunday. And that most definitely would never happen to rednecks. He got quiet. I'm gonna do the joke. Because it'll never happen. You'll never hear of a monster truck Monday or a trailer park Tuesday or white trash Wednesday or take your sister out Thursday. Look at. Oh, hell no, Fluffy.
You done crossed the line now. I'm from Apache Junction. We don't play that.
So moving forward, it's been over a year now, and the same question has been asked over and over again. So what now? Are you gonna, start over? You're gonna get back up on that horse? You're gonna get a girlfriend? You're gonna get a wife? Start a new family? What are you gonna do? And I'm like, I got dogs. I'm good right now. I know what it's like to be single for a long time, and I know what it's like to be in a relationship for a long time. And there's pros and cons to both. I can only speak for the guys on this one. Some guys. Guys, you ever been single so long you start to question whether or not it's by choice? And then you find yourself saying things like, guess I'll be single forever, just nobody wants me. Nobody wants me. Nobody wants me. Some of you are laughing because you have that friend. A lot of you are quiet because that's you right now. And then you notice how sometimes all it takes are just a couple of minor changes, a couple of minor adjustments to get back in the game. Like maybe you start cutting your hair different. Maybe you start dressing better. Maybe you start, showering and shit. Someone takes notice and decides to give you a chance, and now you're back in the game. And there's no greater feeling in the world than that of being in a brand new relationship, because you're just so happy. You're so happy. You're the most optimistic person in the world. Nothing can mess your day up when it's brand new. You can miss your bus on the way to work. There'll be another. You could get fired. Guess it wasn't meant to be. You are so freaking happy. And then you start to reflect on your life before the relationship. And you remember how you would look at your phone and it would never ring. You thought it was broken because it wouldn't ring. There's no text messages. You look at your DMs, nothing. But the minute you get into a brand new relationship, like magic, your phone, text message, ding, your social media, now you got numbers in there. People in the street are talking to you, and then you say this out loud: where were all these people at when I was single? Answer: they were there the whole time. The difference is you were not this happy. I found out that happiness is one of the most attractive things in the world. Who doesn't want to be around someone who's positive? Well, unless you got COVID. Never mind. Nice, pleasant, a joy to be around. Good energy. You know who really notices just how happy you are, guys, when it's a brand new relationship? Other women. Not your woman, other women. They can't help but notice how happy you are. They stare at you and they point. Look at him. Look how happy he is. I bet I can change that. Guys, you are now blood in the water and the sharks are out. And if you've never been hunted before, it is one of the scariest things in the world. Because usually you don't know you're being hunted until it's too late. You're over there minding your business, you're in your relationship, you're trying to make it work, and here they come. Before you know it, it's too late. She's got a hold of you, and she has you pinned down in the back seat of a car. And she's hitting you. She's hitting you with a baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark. You will never look at that song the same way again. You're welcome.
What's up, people? Hello, how you doing? This is Gabriel Iglesias. Why is he doing stuff with his hands? Because if my hands aren't here, they're somewhere else. I'm very excited and very happy to be introducing to you this next comedian. His name is Carlos Alazraqui, and he's a very funny man. He's been around for a long time. He's a good friend. I've had the pleasure of working with him on several films. That's right, people. You got a legitimate, bona fide actor, comedian, voice personality. You're gonna love him, you guys. Check him out, Mr. Carlos Alazraqui.
I'm a brand new dad. I say brand new still. My daughter's 2 years, 4 months, and they're at home. Thank you very much, my daughter. Thank you. I was talking to a comic backstage. He said, have you changed? I said, yeah, I've changed. Yeah, when you invest yourself in your family, it changes you. It actually makes stand-up harder. It is harder to leave my family to go do stand-up. And it's because I have to say goodbye to them. Like this morning, it was my daughter. She went to gym class, and I wasn't going to see her the rest of the day. And that's hard. You know, my wife, too. I go, honey, I got to go. I'm going down to do this show tonight, but I have to leave now. You know, I'll see you later. Okay. All right. And Riley, that's my daughter's name. I go, Riley, Daddy loves you, okay? I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Remember, Daddy loves you. But not as much as I love this acceptance of total strangers at the comedy club. So I'll see you tomorrow. Get away. So you have to leave that way. You got to leave mean. You can't leave nice. Got to give him a little Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad. Yo, I'm leaving the house, bitches. Because these strangers love me more than you, bitch. I get cocktails, bitches. It's good. I love being a dad. I was, however, there on my daughter's first significant thudding fall on her face. I was there. I was on watch. It was my George Bush moment. Oh, crap. Oh, towers got hit. Oh, holy crap. I'm sorry. I got to go, kids. This is a great book. Now, here, enjoy it. That was me. It's all overcome with guilt, like De Niro and Billy Crystal, and analyzed it. I was there. It was my fault. I should have done better. I should have done better. I could have saved her, and
you know what? Calm down. You're too hard on yourself. It's a kid. They're top heavy. They go over it. Don't worry about it, okay? Just take it easy. Take it easy.
So, but it happened. It was there. And, you know, I wasn't doing something negligent. Here's the deal about kids. She's 5 months old, and up until this night of 5 months, her behavior's the same. I could put her on the bed, give her my sunglasses. She won't move. But not tonight. So I put her on the bed, I give her my sunglasses, I go to do something noble. I want to make sure her bathwater isn't scalding. I don't want to burn my baby, right? And it's not like I'm on online gambling or Girls Gone Skanky, clackety clackety. No, I'm doing a responsible thing. I go to feel the tap water 4 yards away. It's too late. Satan is already kicking her off the ledge with his invisible Satan leg. Get off! And she's going over and back. And it's like a nightmare because I can't reach her on time. And I'm like, no! She's like, Daddy! No! And she hits, thud! And I'm standing going, what the fuck? What the fuck? My wife hears the noise, runs upstairs, like, what the fuck? What the fuck? My baby's like, Daddy! And I flash 15 years into the future. She's in an electric wheelchair. I was going to be a ballerina. But now, because of your negligence, I am painting kittens through a straw. This one is called My Shitty Father. What are you gonna do?
That's right, you guys. Mr. Carlos Ellis Rocky. Please don't forget to follow him right there. And don't forget to follow me right there. I want you to follow me right here. It's going to be, oh yeah, right there. See, I told you it was a chilling episode. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, you guys. And we'll be right here next week with another cool, happy episode of Stand Up Revolution, the highlight show. I am your host, Gabriel Iglesias. Please, take us to commercial.
And she turned and looked at me, she said, you want barbecue sauce, right? ¡Sácate, pendejo! ¡Lárgate, cabrón! ¡Quítate, desgraciado!
Last year, we got a chance to do a European tour of 15 countries. Estonia, Germany, Norway, Belgium, the Netherlands, UK. We're just bouncing around all over the place. And then we wound up on the other side of the world. Out of all the countries I performed in, my favorite country outside of home is Australia. And I'll tell you why. Australia, much like us in America, has its list of priorities. You know what's not on their list? Political correctness. They do not care about your feelings. It's like a country full of Daves. Believe it or not, it's very refreshing to be around such a large group of people who speak their minds so freely. And if you know that before you go there, you're gonna have an amazing time. But if you don't know that and you show up, it is a culture shock and a half, because I showed up and I didn't know. Everybody says you gotta see the beaches, and I went to the beach. I had people coming up to me. Hey, somebody help me get him back in the water. Yeah, look at right there, big fella. Look at you right there. Oh, look, he's moving. He's moving. He's moving. Oh, he's crying. He's crying. I bet it tastes like gravy. It's not bullying if everyone does it. Yeah. That being said, I'm in Australia, Sydney, Australia, at the Opera House. For me, it was one of the most iconic places I've ever got to perform in. It was bucket list, definitely. After the show, I wanted to go hang out with some Aussies and see what that was like. I'm hanging out at a pub. First things first, Australian people do not drink Foster's beer. That's an American thing. They don't drink that over there. I tried ordering one to fit in, didn't go over well. Bartender looked at me. Hey, you like the taste of piss, do ya? Okay, don't order that again. So I'm hanging out with these two Aussies, and we're drinking a rum called Bundaberg. At first glance, it looks like a Coca-Cola bottle because there's a polar bear on the front. And then you drink it, and you're like, that's not Coke. As we're talking, a third Australian joined the conversation. And he sounded a little bit different from the other two. He had more of a raspy voice. More like, all right, yeah, mate, yeah, all right. He sounded like a drunk pirate underwater. These two guys didn't like him, so they called him a name and they left. And now it's just me and drunk pirate. We're talking about life. Life in America, life in Australia, talking about our differences. He tells me that he's a professional knife maker. He's showing me how it's done. He's showing me pictures. We wind up polishing off 3 bottles of this rum. And drunk wasn't even the right word to describe our level. My tour manager, Ryan, he comes up to me and he says, Gabe, time to go. And I look at Ryan and I'm like, but Ryan, I just made a friend. And he makes knives. And they're pretty. My tour manager always knows how to talk to me no matter what condition I'm in. If I'm drunk, he knows better than to talk to me like I'm an adult. He talks to me like I'm 2. He looks at me and he says, hey, buddy. You hungry? Well, listen, if we don't leave right now, they're going to close McDonald's and you're going to have to eat at the airport. I got to go. Oh, Mom, you got to go, no worries. And he goes to shake my hand. And when he shook my hand, he put his personal pocket knife that he made in my hand as a gift. That's for you, Mike. Thanks for being nice. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna cut cheeseburgers with this. I want to let you all know right now that there are things about me that you don't know that you're gonna find out sooner than later. So basically what I'm trying to do at this moment is do what my lawyer said and get ahead of it. I offended someone whose name I should have never brought up. I offended a professional fighter. His name is Canelo. I know. Go big or go home. If you are not familiar with who Canelo is, give me a few seconds to explain. Canelo is arguably one of the best fighters in the world. Okay? You cannot miss him. He is, in fact, Mexican, but he does not look traditional. Canelo is, in fact, the whitest Mexican on earth. He's super white. He's so white, he's redhead. Canelo is a redheaded white Mexican fighter. He is so white, even Donald Trump was like, you can come. Super white. But then he opens his mouth and you realize, oh, Canelo, he's not local. So here's how I got in trouble. A comedy friend of mine by the name of Ron White reached out to me. And Ron White invited me to be part of his Tribute to the Troops comedy show for the Nashville Network. And I told Ron, I said, Ron, I'd love to do the show. Anything for the troops, let's do this. So the show taped in Vegas. And it's a couple other comics plus myself, and Ron White's the host. He brings me up on stage, and I figure I'm only doing 10 minutes, okay? I might as well just do references to Las Vegas since everybody knows Vegas. So I started talking about boxing. And then I brought up Canelo. And here's where I got in trouble. I said, Canelo is my favorite fighter of all time. I just wish... And it was all downhill after that. I said, I just wish he would not do interviews in English because English is not his strong language. And if you're a professional fighter, hear me out. If you're a professional fighter, you need to sound confident, engaged, threatening, aggressive, on point, in your face. And in Spanish, he does. In English, not so much. In Spanish, he's a killer. In Spanish, the reporter, the announcer comes out. Aquí estamos con Canelo Álvarez que se va a pelear contra Floyd Money Mayweather este fin de semana en pay-per-view en el MGM Grand en Las Vegas, Nevada. I know some of you heard that right now and you're like, oh my God, I think I understand Spanish. Because you do. So then the reporter will look at Canelo and ask him about the fight. Canelo, ¿qué vas a hacer en tu pelea? Canelo takes the microphone. He's a man of few words, but he's on point. He looks at the camera and he's like, pues mira, lo pegaré así, va a pegar el piso. Shas. Así mero, no se lo pierde ese fin de semana en el MGM Grand, Las Vegas, Nevada. Canelo Álvarez contra Floyd Money Mayweather. No se lo pierda. Same exact interview. English. I'm standing here alongside Mexican superstar Saul Canelo Alvarez, who's going to be facing Floyd Money Mayweather this weekend on pay-per-view. Canelo, what is your strategy and your plan of attack going into this weekend's fight against such a technical opponent, if you will? A man who has single-handedly redefined the sport of boxing. What is your plan of attack going into the fight? Well, I am going to hit him like this. I'm going to hit him like this. He's going to fall on the, ¿cómo se dice piso, güey? Floor. He's going to fall to the floor and then tan tan, así. All right, well, there you have it. Floyd Mayweather, I hope you are ready, my friend, because, yeah, that's what's waiting for you. Reporting live for ESPN News, I'm Phil Stevens. Back to you in the studio, and we're out. The hell was that, goddammit? Why did you warn me? At home, when I'm hanging out, I usually just wear, very similar to now, except the Hawaiian shirt. I usually wear like a t-shirt that has like either Star Wars or Marvel Comics or Transformers on it or cartoons. I like wearing stuff like that around the house. One day, I'm wearing a t-shirt that has the Avengers on the front. And I walk into the living room, and my son's friend Fabian sees me wearing this shirt. And so he starts pointing. And I'm like, what's up, dude? He goes, weak. Excuse me? Weak. And then he says, DC's better. What did you say? DC's better. I'm like, DC's okay. Obama lives there. They pass laws. They got hotels, historic museums. It's not even a real state. I don't know why you're getting cray-cray. He goes, nah, fool, DC Comics. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm almost 40. I don't care. It's just a really cool shirt. I like it. It fits. No big deal. That's because they are. I go, you need to relax. They're the best. I go, you need to chill. And in my head, I'm like, why am I having this conversation? I have better things to do with my time, like trying to get my son on an elephant. But no. The kid in me's like, why are they the best? And then he points at the shirt again. Iron Man sucks. Batman's #1. I go, why? Because he is. I go, that's not an argument. First of all, Batman's not the best superhero. I hate to break it to you. He's not. I can hear people already getting ready to boo. They're like, oh, no, Fluffy, don't go there. Don't go there, Fluffy. Don't do it. Yes, I'm going to do this. Watch this. Batman's not the best superhero. Batman is the creepiest superhero. Batman is the creepiest superhero that has ever lived. He even sounds creepy. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. You don't recognize that voice? Want some candy? Help me find my puppy. Hello, he only comes out at night. His face is always covered up. He's always waiting in alleys. And who does he talk to? A guy named Joker, a guy named Riddler. His name is Batman. Joker, Riddler, Batman. Joker, Riddler, Batman. Those are Mexican gang member names. Can you imagine if that was Batman's real identity at night? I'm Batman. During the day, no, chingue su madre, soy Batman, loco. Todo el pinche día aquí trabajando y luego le parten la madre Joker. I'm Batman. I said, all right, Fabian, Mr. Batman's the best. Based on my t-shirt says Marvel Comics. I said, I see Thor, I see Captain America, I see Iron Man. Who are some of the superheroes that DC Comics has that makes them better than Marvel? Go. Batman, you said that. Superman, that's a good one. Wonder Woman, okay. Green Lantern, whoa. I said, I know the other superheroes, but Green Lantern? What's his power? He wears a ring, and the ring gives him power. I said, that's a fantasy. I don't know any man who wears a ring who has power. And if you're not clapping right now, my point exactly. You can't clap, can you? You can't. You know why you can't clap? Because you're sitting next to kryptonite.